So here we are at the 2023 Recallies.
I can't believe it! Oh my gosh! I got the the suit on and everything. You
wow, yeah,
great you look great.
You finally stopped pulling things out of your dirty hamper.
It's like, who are you wearing? I'm like,
my dirty hamper.
I look like a sentient pile of dirty laundry. They're like,
no, Matt, you look like $1 million.
You look like $1 million too. I think last year I wore a Selig. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
The Tom Selig. Not Tom Ford.
Right. So yeah, we're here at the Recallies. There's something in the air here. Everybody's excited. Everybody's all dressed up. I heard some timpani playing, getting everybody revved up.
I heard some timpani.
Here at the Shrine Auditorium.
The Shrine Auditorium looks great. Hustle and bustle, and we get that award show magic. You can just feel it. I think all the stars are here tonight.
Now, like, some people might be over at the Oscars, but like, forget that.
Yeah,
this is the place to be. The Recallies.
You're making the right decision tonight. Sticking with us during the show, and we got
live from the Shrine Auditorium. It's the 2023 Recallies.
Everyone's here. I bumped into a couple of our staples backstage. Lou Ferrigno's here.
Lou Ferrigno, yeah.
I think some of his. I had to change my jacket because when I bumped into him, his green makeup smeared up.
So he's in a full Hulk. He hasn't done that in years.
He hasn't done it in years, and he did it tonight. Oh, for the Recallies.
Now
he was wearing a sign that said "wet paint." It was around his neck. I don't know why. He looks yoked as ever though. Mm-hmm. He is still hitting the weights.
I mean, yeah, he's like 30 years our senior, and he's still puts us to shame.
Puts us to shame, and I was trying to get some sound bites because we're still kind of working a little bit here. Yeah. But as he was coming down the red carpet, he noticed my press pass said Total Recall Show, and he gave me that kind of the side. It's like a love-hate kind of thing,
Well, at least he didn't just like stick his hand right in your face. You have this like a green handprint.
Well, you're right. He didn't stick.
I'm sure he was tempted to.
He didn't stick his hand in my face.
He kicks you in the chest, and you have this like green footprint.
He does the Bruce Lee Chuck Norris thing where he rips my chest hair out. He's like...
I mean, if Lou Ferrigno kicked you in the chest and left a green footprint, you get that tattooed.
I have a... actually booked... I got to get it booked because...
That's an honor.
It is such an honor. He had purple sweatpants on with the four cuts.
He's
full regalia.
He's committing, for the Recallies.
And a couple other folks we know and love are hanging around here too, Tom.
On the re-carpet?
On the re-carpet. I think we saw Lee Majors.
Oh, Lee Majors was there. Okay. Was he dressed as Colt Seaver?
He was dressed as Colt Seaver. He like how sometimes you have Two-Face. He was Colt Seavers in the front, but he was the $6 million man in the back. So it was his. He had like two different shirts on, because I was like, "Wow, that's the $6 million. That's Colt Seaver's chest." I'm like, and the $6 million man's butt.
It took me a minute to accept him as something other than the $6 million man. When like I watched the first, because Fall Guy is a movie. Fall Guy is a TV show I watched from episode 1. I don't know, just lucky or
Loved
whatever.
It.
But I watched that episode 1 as it aired for the first time. It didn't have the song at the beginning. It had this like Lee Majors voiceover talking about, there was an unknown stuntman, and some women died for him, and some women did it. And then it had like the scene of like those two like nurses jumping out of a car.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Stuff. It was all this like footage, like, so he's just kind of telling the story and stuff, and then the show gets started. And it did take me a minute to like accept him as something other than the $6 million man.
Yeah,
but then I was on board.
He's like, I'm a stuntman. I might make $5,000 for one. It was like, I remember we were talking about. He's like, for one job, but then I might not have a gig for a while.
Yeah. So I became a
bounty hunter.
And for some reason, I like in my memory, it was Heather Locklear was like the girl on the show, but it was Heather something else.
It wasn't Heather. She looks kind of like...
She looks like Heather
Locklear.
Locklear, and she had a poster. Like, she had a poster. And she's... When we were talking about the saloon doors, my memory was that, like, him walking through the saloon doors, but of course it was her walking through the saloon doors in like a bathing suit and like
like in pre like back in the day you had to have like, they're like, if I have a poster, it's like I can make $1 million selling this poster.
That's your merch. So like I think it was like a couple years later the Heather Locklear from or like maybe a year later, Heather Locklear from TJ Hooker poster like replaced hers,
And then you got the Shatner poster.
Yeah.
There's that one we got to do our TJ Hooker episode.
I think we did a TJ Hooker episode.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Would love to do another.
TJ Hooker part 2.
Part 2. He's like up on like the crane, and it shows him like.
Yeah, he's here. He's at the Recallies.
He is.
I just thought of something. How come, like, instead of the Recallies, why didn't we call them the Toadies?
Toadies.
Like that.
That's the Toadies.
Maybe we'll have our EGOT or whatever, or our EROT. And so one of them's the Recallies and one of them's the Toadies. Maybe Toadies could be like our like music one, like the Tonys.
Yes, that's a great
for music.
For Helmet Air Hall of Fame, Ronald McDonald from our McDonald's episode.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald has like such helmet hair because it is like you don't see where like one strand ends and the other begins.
Any character from The Godfather.
Right. Well, you know what? Anybody from Welcome Back, Kotter. Now that was the thing. Like that was almost like the uniform for Welcome Back, Kotter, and it is like it's and it fit for like Harpo, but it didn't really fit for the rest of the Marx Brothers. And it's like and Gabe Kaplan was kind of like Groucho with a disco ball of hair on his head.
That's the true disco ball. You have like a Kaplan head spinning up. It's like giving off like 1,000 points of light. We have another one is the entire cast of the Brady Bunch Variety Hour.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Best platform shoes, and best swimming pool.
Right. They sunk their whole budget into that swimming pool. Yeah.
And then we also have best bulge was David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Right. Yeah. Where you could see Duncan.
Duncan Jones.
Yeah. You could see Duncan Jones. You could see Zowie Bowie in the bulge of his nuts in those spats that he was wearing. Those gray spats.
You saw it split his nuts individually.
Yes. Each one was individually high lit. Each one had its own moment.
Yeah, they're like, I think his nuts are gonna come in and accept the award.
Well, yeah, they're gonna grab it and then like pull it back
and give the accept. They thank God. They're like, we'd like to thank our Lord and Savior for some reason. Got best kiss was Ernest kissing the troll, and Ernest got stupid.
I thought you were gonna say Ernest like kissing the toilet or something, but I don't think he kissed the toilet in that movie. The movie. How about Jim Varney doing a Groucho with a turd that he fished out of that toilet? Groucho P. Worrell. We got to comb the internet for some Jim Varney as Groucho.
Best Grouchos, Gabe Kaplan and Mickey Dolenz.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
Looks like oh my gosh, Gabe was up there talking to the Entertainment Tonight, and looks like Mickey's heading up towards him. Oh shit!
They're going cigar
they're
to
going
cigar.
Cigar
Their cigar ends are just touched. And one of them was lit and the other wasn't. So now they're both lit.
Whoa! He says, take my brother Zeppo's name out of your mouth or whatever. He's gonna take Zeppo's name out of your
motherfucking
mouth. Take Chico's name out of your fucking mouth. I think the real Groucho's coming. He's now slapping both of them.
After we did our Groucho episode, I listened to Gabe Kaplan on the Gilbert Gottfried podcast. How's that?
Oh my
and
god!
And it was great. And Gilbert's doing his old
Synergy.
Groucho for Gabe Kaplan, and Gabe Kaplan's telling the story of Groucho coming on the set of Welcome Back, Kotter.
The talk about like a perfect companion piece, like it's like Total Recall East or whatever.
Yeah, and they were gonna do an episode like Gabe. Well, first of all, Gabe, before Groucho came on Welcome Back, Kotter, Groucho sued Gabe Kaplan. They had met once, just sort of, I'm a comedian and stuff, and they had like a nice little interaction. And then, I don't know, a little bit later, Gabe Kaplan got sued by Groucho because Gabe Kaplan had an album like a comedy album, where it was like he was telling a story, and it was about like the sweat hogs. This is like before Welcome Back, Kotter, and how, like the kids he knew and how they would do the dozens and stuff. And so one of the guys would do and this is Gabe Kaplan doing all the characters. One of the guys, one of the real sweat hogs, would do the dozens as Groucho. And so he was saying, your mother sat on the Washington Monument and it wasn't enough. and just like, and Groucho sued him. He did it with like a Groucho, as a Groucho character, and Groucho sued him, and Groucho said, I don't work like that. I don't work dirty. But that's not what upset me. What upset me is that I've never said anything about somebody's mother. I would never insult somebody's mother. The mother is sacred, and I would never insult somebody's mother. So he sued him because of that, and then they kind of
buried the hatchet.
Yeah, they got together, talked about it, buried the hat, and Gabe Kaplan assured him he would never do that again, and explained to him the context that it's like the dozens, because like I guess when Groucho was a kid, they didn't have the dozens. Like you would not, like if you made some fun of somebody's mother, you'd probably get stabbed. It wasn't like a game.
Because I think you mentioned that because they were bringing up Groucho's mother, and Groucho showed up and slapped both of them,
right.
Slapped the cigar out of both of their mouths.
Yeah, did a. And then the other thing was Groucho. So a little bit later, Welcome Back, Kotter comes out. It's a big thing, and then Groucho was gonna be on Welcome Back, Kotter, and Gabe Kaplan had come up with this concept. Because, like, he would always tell these, like, uncle jokes. It would be these old jokes, but he would say, like, oh, I had an Uncle Harry, and he did this. And then it would just be an old joke. And then, and so he was going to do a thing where he's talking to a guy on the park bench. And the guy's got his back to him, and he's telling the guy one of his uncle jokes. And then he would turn his head around, and it would be Groucho. And he'd say, that's the worst joke I ever heard.
Oh, my God.
And then, Groucho visited the set one day, and then so we have this great photo of the two of them together, and then there's like another photo of him with like the whole gang, all the sweat hogs and stuff. But then, the negotiations fell through, so they didn't get him like on the show. And then he died like, I don't know, a couple weeks later.
Dude, that photo is like one of my favorite images now.
Really beautiful. Yeah, I like when we did that episode, I didn't even know that photo existed, and then it sort of popped up.
It's like, it's so awesome, and that joke would have been great when he turns around, it's like that.
Well, now you can insert it digitally, like you can do CGI and put it in there.
CGI. I mean, Gabe Kaplan's talking to George Lucas.
Yeah, I don't know why Gabe Kaplan just didn't do a split screen and like have himself turn around.
He's talking to himself.
Yeah, exactly. That was the worst joke I ever heard in my life.
He's like, this is the way, it's like, this is Welcome Back, Kotter, as I originally intended. He's like, there's like a big thing. It's like, you won't be able to get your hands on the original episodes. They're all like a George Lucas, like the school explodes and like a ring.
A ring comes out.
It's like, that's a practical Barbarino or whatever. It's like a practical Wampa. Best special effects is when the Sweat Hogs went to space to fight the Xenomorphs. I think they're up for that.
Yeah. Great, yeah, like really nice practical effects on that one.
Best actor is the Glaive from Crawl.
Yeah, really stole the show. Acted his ass off,
His ass off.
Acted his spiky ass off.
Yeah, we talked about his being discovered at drinking a malt or
right, yeah, at Schwab's. Sitting at Schwab's.
Best blimp was the Total Recall blimp from the Total Recall show or from the Super Bowl.
From the Super Bowl, formerly the Jordache blimp that Luke Pearlman had.
I forgot it was the Jordache. The Jordache jeans, but from what was it? The airline we were just talking.
Yeah, it was
Transcon.
Because Transcon was Luke Pearlman's airline and record label, Transcontinental.
Before we got it off the ground, I had like the Matchbox blimp. I took a picture of it like in the window, like where I'm holding the blimp.
Right. Thinking about how I watched Making the Band the first time around, and then after like everything came out about Luke Pearlman, and there's like I think it's like the final season with O-Town, and they're like, yeah, you know, we changed managers. Lou's not our manager anymore. And I'm like, you disloyal sons of bitches. You, like, how could you, like, Lou Pearlman made you who you are. How could you drop? And it's like, you know, and then they kept, like, Lou Pearlman kept giving them headaches. Because he was still involved in their life. He just wasn't in the day-to-day anymore.
Oh, my
God. And he kept giving them headaches, contractual headaches. And they're like, okay, we agreed to this thing with Transcon. We got to do this thing with Transcon this, Transcon.
Jesus.
So like, he was not gonna, you know, let them out.
You're like, easy. Lou Pearlman's the salt of the earth.
Right. Yeah. How can you, the guy who made the band, and you're gonna, you know, get new management? What do you think? You know?
You're gonna sully his good name. Best, some more helmet hair. We got Travolta's coif from Perfect.
Yeah, and how about his blowout from Blowout?
He's like one Brazilian blowout coming up. The best spandex awards go to Perfect. The cast of Perfect.
Cast of Perfect.
Okay. Danza hair goes to the, what was the Rolling Stone founder?
Jan Wenner.
Jan Wenner from Perfect. Jan Wenner. He has like
everything about that movie was perfect.
It was
the hair,
so great.
The clothes, the computer.
They're like, we found computer is here on the red carpet.
Okay, that's awesome.
The word processor.
Yeah, John Travolta's word processor. And it keeps going up to people and saying,
"Wanna fuck?" Yeah. He went up to that like camera, that Panavision camera, asked it to fuck. I think I actually walked in on them in the green room. The caterer had quiche on a platter and asked him, "Want to fuck?" And I was like, "Geez, the Recallies." We got Build. Lee Majors did a stunt. He was stunting here and like.
Did he jump his? Did he roll a brand new car? Did he jump his pickup truck?
The brown pickup truck. He drove it onto the red carpet and then he rolled the limo. Mm-hmm. And he Tarzan from those
vines. Hollywood auctions and things like that. Man, getting your hands on the Fall Guy pickup truck.
That's like
the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail right there. Oh my God. God, Tom, when I remember watching it, my mom was like, his truck can jump. It's like special.
Yeah, it goes.
And I was like,
And there were like video games. You know, maybe it's a coincidence or something, but there were video games after that where you could make your car, you know, jump like that.
They were
Stunt
inspired.
FX was like that.
They were inspired from the Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Best makeup goes to Tom Selleck for his role as Psykill.
Yeah. in the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Yeah, Tom Selleck making a rare appearance in the Marvel universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
He tried to sell Drax like a reverse mortgage. Mm-hmm. Like he tried to snag him with one of those. The Grouchos, it got a little tense out there.
Mm-hmm. Showing their grouchy side, like living up to the name. Again, like I never got. Why are they called Groucho? He's got a big smile on his face, but yeah, it is like the sort of sadness in the eyes. You know,
you got two sets of sad eyes: Mickey Dolenz and Gabe Kaplan. The cast of Pumping Irons here, they were getting their pump on the red carpet. They brought some.
They're block. There's like a log jam on the red carpet with all this like equipment.
They brought free weights. They bought lat pull down machines.
It's like, come on, guys, this is this is violating like safety codes.
Yeah, the fire marshal had to come and like.
Yeah, I mean we're in Hollywood here. You know, you gotta be up to code.
Yeah, he was doing like preacher curls right at the entrance to the auditorium. So they're putting in the time and not only in the gym on the red carpet. Michael Keaton was here too. I just saw him pull up in the Batmobile.
Pittsburgh's own.
Wow, he's always around. You can always count on Keaton to be at a Total Recall event.
Yeah, I mean, he's just supporting the home team, basically. We're the home team show.
Yeah, he was flying the blimp, driving the float, And now he's here, and he's wearing, for some reason, he's wearing tuxedo bottoms with his Batman top and no cowl. So he's just got his like middle section is Batman. Weird fashion choice. I don't know if like what was going on with that. I'll have to ask him when I see him on the
Yeah,
way
it
up.
works. It works. He makes it work.
Looks great.
Who are you wearing? What story is this outfit telling?
I think somebody tried to ask him that, and he did the back no-look punch to him. That was vicious.
There's only so many moves you can do in that cowl, you know? You can't do anything where you're going to turn your head, so that's like perfect.
We also have got Tracy Walters is here, dressed as Bob the Goon.
Yeah, Tracy Walters, you know, just sort of teasing Tracy
Walters
Walters Week. Coming soon. Be on the lookout for Tracy Walters Week. You know, we should do like a, we should try and see if we can recreate that punch, because it looks like, that fist was nowhere near that guy's face. So it's all acting. It's all like him doing this and a guy standing like maybe 2 feet behind him going, whoa!
Well,
you know?
I think if you want to throw that, maybe I'll take that and make it do a Indiana Jones punch sound effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how about like this? Okay.
Okay, so, I'm ready, Tom. I'm ready, Tom. Oh, wow, I think that worked. Oh, that you got.
Oh, my shoulder. I threw out my shoulder.
That was a great punch.
So
it works.
That
move works.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you what's.
The only thing is the perspective. It looks like I punched a very small man's face because the perspective, like you're far enough back that you just kind of like really shrink. You really recede from you. Yeah, you're like you know.
I'm like, hey,
I'm shrinking.
That move works. It's great. Fred Traveline is here. He's going to do a musical number later.
Back from the grave. Reanimated.
He looks great.
Who's next? A singing duo of Prince and Bowie, like, you know.
Wow, that would be
if we're crossing that barrier.
He's gonna do. There's always a Joker in the deck. Wow.
Yeah, that would be Prince and Bowie doing a new rendition of Fame.
I think that's gonna happen here. Fame, I'm gonna live.
Not that fan. Fame makes a man think things over. Fame makes them lewds hard to swallow. What you need, you have. Yeah, that would be good if they did a rendition of like Fame from the movie Fame.
Because we were taught that. I remember when that was a great episode too. The Irene Cara tribute. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Very moving tribute to Irene Cara.
It's just a great nighttime. We're going to head into the auditorium
into the auditorium for the rest of the show. And
yeah, I got to, send Lou my dry cleaning bill for that green makeup he got all over.
And your tattoo artist bill for that foot tattoo on your chest. You might not need a tattoo. There might just be a
black and blue. You got to get this tux pressed here. But yeah, great time tonight. Very exciting.
I mean, the star. There's not a star in the sky because they're all at the Recallies. I'm Tom Scioli, author of I Am Stan, a graphic biography of the legendary Stan Lee, and there's a pre-order link in the show notes below where you can pre-order that book, and at that same link you can pre-order the softcover edition of Jack Kirby: The Epic Life of the King of Comics.
I'm Matt Zeoli.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Tom Scioli or on Instagram at Tom_Scioli.
Follow me on Instagram at cinema_tomb.
And check out my Patreon. Go to patreon.com, search my name, Tom Scioli. And if you join my Patreon, you'll have access to the full archive and also new things that I post on there.
Follow the show on Instagram at total_recall_show.
Goodbye from TV Land.